Hello everyone, how are you? So I'm going to be talking about Destiny 2 today. This was the first game I played at E3 2017. Yeah, those of you who know me probably think that's freaking hilarious, but to be honest with you guys, this E3 was my second E3, and I was going this year with a plan. I already had the experience of the year prior going to E3 and knowing what it feels like to not have a plan and to just I guess not feel alone, even though I was alone, but just feel uncoordinated. And I knew this year around I was going to plan exactly what I wanted to see on what specific days, and I was going to do that. So this is the first day. This was day one that we went to E3. And what's nice about this is that I actually ended up on the NVIDIA booth for the first day, and they actually had Destiny 2 running on a 1080 Ti in 4K 60 frames per second, connected to the Predator XB1 monitors. All right, for those of you who don't know, the monitor that we're playing this game on is about $800. It's a 4K 60 hertz IPS 10-bit and G-Sync monitor, and the game just played so smoothly on this display. I mean, to be honest with you, there probably wasn't a single dip in frame rate, and even if there was, with G-Sync enabled, it's incredibly hard to even notice any of that. But let me get on to the actual impressions here, because I know Destiny 2 had a beta recently, and I did actually partake in that beta on the PlayStation 4 Pro. But what you're seeing right now is PC footage at 4K 60 frames per second with a mouse and keyboard, and I wanted to give my impressions on that specifically because even though we got a PC beta announced, a lot of people don't know how this game will play on PC, and I have that experience, and that's what I'm basically going to be talking about today. This game with a mouse and keyboard feels infinitely better to play than on a gamepad. Let me tell you something. I was very surprised because I went into this game, and I had that experience of playing the original Destiny on the PlayStation 4 with the gamepad. And so I went into this and I was like, all right, I don't know how this game is going to adapt that well to the mouse and keyboard, but to be honest, I got in here and I was able to do some stuff fairly quickly. The sensitivity felt right. I didn't even have to adjust any controls. Everything felt natural, and it all felt very, just well made, or well coordinated rather. Everything in terms of the controls felt really solid, and I'm very surprised because Destiny 2 with a mouse and keyboard almost felt like a different game entirely. And that's kind of odd. I wasn't expecting that. The original Destiny and even Destiny 2's beta on PS4 Pro that I played, it gave me a very similar feel. The 30 frames per second, the way the shooting controls worked. And I played the beta on PS4 Pro for Destiny 2, and I was like, all right, it feels a little bit more refined. But the gameplay is more or less the same. They changed up how the shooting works. I noticed that in the Destiny 2 beta on consoles, the controller rumble was awesome because every single time a bullet or particle or whatever came out of your gun, you would get this vibration in the triggers, or of your actual controller rather, and it just gave this really visceral, tight experience for the shooting, and I enjoyed that on consoles. But playing it on PC here, I mean, you have so much precision with that mouse and keyboard, so everything feels so smooth, and the visuals at 4K looked good, but it did not impress me the way I wanted it to. I mean, this game, and as far as I knew, this was max settings, right? I honestly don't know. This could be high settings, medium settings, whatever, but you're seeing what I played. The game did not impress me that much. I would say the only thing was really sort of impressed about was some of the texture detail and the rain in the game, because the rain actually had its own the rains are essentially particles, but they had their own light source, and so you would have lightning and that would illuminate the rain. You could see the transparency of it, so that looked really good. But I cannot get over how amazing this game played with the mouse and keyboard. For those of you who are waiting out for this game to get it on PC because you want the 60 frames per second, but you also want the precision of the mouse and keyboard, let me tell you something and say that this game handles a lot better on the mouse and keyboard, and you really have nothing to worry about in terms of optimization. I mean, yes, this is playing on a $750, $800 graphics card, whatever. I mean, it's a 1080 Ti. Most people don't have a 1080 Ti in their system, right? Most people don't have 4K monitors. But in terms of the optimization, I didn't notice a single dip And I've had experience with G-Sync before, and it really does a good job of ironing it out, but the game felt solid 60 frames per second plus all the time. It felt really, 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 really good. And it was just an overall very positive presentation for the game. The game felt good, and it just felt enjoyable to play. And because it was on this new platform, because it had this new control set, it felt like a different experience almost, even though, as you can see, roughly the gameplay is unchanged. It just goes to show you how powerful the PC platform is. It's not just about visuals, but sometimes it can really make or break a game experience. And Destiny 2 feels honestly right at home on the PC. It feels almost like the game was originated from this platform. And for whatever reason, the original Destiny didn't get a PC release. It's so odd because it feels right at home. Just right at home on this platform. And the PS4, the Xbox One, even the PS4 Pro and the upcoming Xbox One X will not be able to compete with this experience on the PC. And that's coming honestly from my perspective and what I played, having played it on the PS4 Pro and having initially played it on the PC. It really feels like such a significant upgrade with that new control set, with the improved graphics, even though the game looked good on Pro, and on top of that, with the high frame rate of 60 frames per second. It just felt really nice. So I would say that I walked away. I walked away cautious of Destiny 2. I'm hoping the campaign is not an afterthought, and I'm a bit worried it is. I'm a bit worried that Activision and Bungie are putting it in there just to appease people like myself who really felt like the original Destiny didn't come with the content or variety that the game should have, and thought the game was an overhyped piece of crap. And I know that kind of ticks people off because the game got better later on. Apparently, the game had this amazing DLC that made the game the way it was supposed to be, and they fixed all the issues. All right, but at what cost? You have to spend $20, $30, $40, $60 more to basically play the game that we should have gotten on release. And that's not something I want to be a part of, and that's not something I'm going to let myself ever be a part of, you know? I buy DLC when I find value in the actual game experience, and I didn't find value in the original Destiny, and no matter what tweaking or what changes or how much better the game was with the DLC, I wasn't about to invest my money to get an experience that honestly is pointless and that should have been a part of the main game to begin with. And hopefully Destiny 2 has that from the get-go. Hopefully the campaign is not an afterthought. It is not in there to appease people like myself who just want an interesting story to play through and who just want to be able to invest ourselves and immerse ourselves in this really interesting world. Hopefully there's something more here, and it doesn't end up being 4 hours, and it doesn't end up, being this open-ended, story, that it does end up really doing something awesome. I hope, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so with that, I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of the footage that we played from this demo, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, if you have any additional questions that I did not actually cover in this impressions, please feel free to comment them below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as humanly possible. All right, thanks, and have a good day, guys.
And same thing goes with pictures, right?
What's that?
Same thing goes with pictures?
Same thing with pictures.
Yeah, okay. All right. Actually, I'm a camera's missing. I don't want to watch that. I don't know. Can we go back to it? Oh, come on, I was just about to take a picture of it. Stay still for a second. Stay still for a second. Just show like a scenery of something real quick. There you go. Alright, you're good. I just want to take one quick picture, that's all. I wanted to take a picture of that healing thing, but it's too late. I'm double tasking, I'm multitasking right now, Jack. Taking pictures and videos. Oh wait, I gotta get back. Videotape cutscenes. You want video? They said it's okay as long as somebody's in it, but I didn't do cutscenes because I don't want to do cutscenes. I think it's a spoiler. I did take pictures of it. Here, Cameron.